Tech Yeah Podcast.
That's pretty good. Bill, what's that? Do you smell that in the air? What is it?
What is that wafting around?
I don't know. It's juicy. It's succulent. It's a bit ripe.
It smells like love.
Oh, love is in the air, isn't it?
Happy Valentine's Day, Tone.
Happy Valentine's Day, Bill. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Happy Valentine's Day to everyone listening to Tech Yeah, the internet's #1 and most favorite podcast on tech news.
I think it's just the most favorite podcast on
The internet's most favorite podcast.
Yeah, I think that's. I did a study. It was very rigorous. I asked your mom. I asked my sister.
Mm-hmm.
I asked my sister's son, and they all said Tech Yeah #1.
100%.
100%.
100% of the people that we surveyed said this is their
100%
favorite
of users
podcast.
polled.
Where you get all of your... We actually do provide some tech news. I feel like I'm not totally bullshitting here.
No.
We do provide a little bit of insight into
I think you
some
get
news.
the news stories. The editorial maybe is a bit hit or miss. But you know what's going on. Except this week, because we're talking about love.
Except this week, we are going to stay away from news for the most part, at least as it relates to tech, because it is Valentine's Day this week, and we're going to be talking about love and technology.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds like the worst. That sounds like a D and Dennis podcast.
Yeah, we're definitely not.
We're going to get into the issues. Technology, the big T.
We're definitely not going. This is going to be very untechnological. But it's going to be.
I think it will be very technological, but not in the tech itself, but maybe the results of the tech.
I don't know. I saw this list, and it's a list. All right. One thing, I just saw a story before I came down here on my tech news feed. From The Wire.
The secret tech news feed. So just so everyone knows that you cannot get the stories that we provide to you on Tech Yeah cannot be seen by the public.
That's a real CNN moment you're having here.
Yeah, we have back channel news sources. So anything that you hear on the Tech Yeah podcast, even if we cite a news article that might be a month old, that's just so we seem relatable, but we actually are getting all of this information back channel.
And if you read it yourself, it's illegal. You're breaking the law.
You have to listen to it.
Yeah,
here
you have
first.
to listen to it here first.
And then you can go read it.
So I just saw the story on the Secret Tech News Wire. It was a cat that got lost in the snow and was frozen solid.
Awesome.
Covered in ice, like literally ice cube cat. They took it to the vet, which that would not have been my response to this ice cube cat.
I would have taken it to a dumpster.
Yeah, and they thawed this cat out, and he was fine.
Awesome. Yeah. Tech Yeah.
Yeah, Tech Yeah. I would have poured whiskey over him and made a highball.
I would have played hockey with it.
Yes.
Or
something. It was a beautiful cat, too.
Slid down a hill sitting on top of it.
I don't know how this cat got lost in the snow, but it was a catsicle. It was frozen solid.
Well, that's awesome. I mean, we've all seen Encino Man. We know it's possible.
Yeah, so that was what was hot on the newswire this morning.
Lovely.
How's your week going, Bill?
Week has been fine, of course.
Fine again, huh?
It's fine again.
I asked him earlier how his week was going, and he said fine. And I said, that's terrible for a podcast.
It's not. How's my week been? It's been disastrous. Let me tell you all about it.
All
Buckle in.
Thank you. This is what I'm looking for.
Yeah, it's been okay. My flight training has been thrown into disarray.
Oh, I heard actually just a minute ago.
Yeah, so my CFI is leaving. The plane is going to be down for an entire month, getting a new and very expensive upgrade. Technological upgrade, so maybe that's for another offshoot podcast later at a different
we will do an airplane episode
parallel universe.
At some point we will do an airplane
You'll just
episode
let me
for
loose.
You.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's getting a whole new avionics system. It's going to go up in price. And at the same time I learned that news, I found out that the flight school just got sold. And if anyone has ever dealt with any company that has exchanged hands, it's usually not a recipe for prices going down.
So you're done flying?
Done.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a boat.
Oh, that's cool. Boats are fun.
No. I've got some.
Boats are the Wild West too.
Yeah,
no rules
you
with
could be
boats.
completely hammered.
You could be a pirate.
Yeah. So we've got some options that we're exploring, and I think we've got some good potential alternatives, which hopefully I'll be able to talk about soon if anyone gives an S. How was your week, Tony?
My week has been pretty good. I've been real busy, but there's this new game came out. We'll talk about it on the gaming podcast called Apex Legends. It came out of nowhere, and I've just been playing the shit out of it, so much.
It's a battle royale game by the creators of the first Titanfall, first and second Titanfall.
Yeah, Respawn. So basically, it's the company. Respawn was they used to be Infinity Ward, the people that made Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Yeah.
And then they got in a big fight with Activision, and they left and created Respawn.
That's right. I forgot
got
that.
bought by EA.
Yeah.
And then made the Titanfall games. But that's kind of the story behind them. But it's a good game. I'm not going to get too deep into it because I'm sure the gaming podcast, I'm going to just talk about it forever. But I've been playing a lot of it. I think it's really fun.
Well, a lot of streamers have moved to it, I think, because we finally, thank God, have hit Fortnite fatigue.
Yeah, I think we've definitely hit a critical mass on Fortnite. And I think Ninja's kind of reached his peak.
Is he bitching about it now openly?
No, I just think it's I think the thing about that streaming culture and kind of in a lot of ways new media culture is people really want. I mean, the relatability and the access is really, I think, what really draws people in more than anything. I think what was exciting to people about Ninja and Drake streaming is being able to send their questions. Even if you had to tip $20 to get your question read, paying $20 to be hey, Drake, blah blah blah. It's an exciting prospect, right? It's not something you normally could do. You can't go on Twitter and send Drake $20 and have him respond to your question.
I think that's the reason why streaming is so successful, even for people like us that have, comparatively no followers. To see, we've talked about it before, how much of a celebrity culture we live in. And when you are seeing somebody on your screen, and other people watching, there's this weird desire to want to interact with them and get excited if they respond to you.
I mean, if you could do it in sports, people would spend all of their money doing it in sports. You know what I mean? If you could send LeBron James a message while he was playing,
during the game,
if it cost $1,000 to send LeBron James a message during the game and he read it and responded to you,
every free throw, before every free throw, he's shout out to basketball fan 3582, and shoots a free throw.
If that was possible, that they would have nonstop $1,000 donations coming in.
Yeah.
Right? So, I think that's what makes it. But it would be impossible. He would be too popular. And I think that's kind of what's happening with Ninja now. He's got this studio set up now, and it looks very professional. And I think it takes away a lot of the charm and what people kind of showed up for. You know what I mean? They weren't there for that. And
so personality happened to be good at the game. It was just the right combination of things. But now he's got so many corporate partners that you can't do. If you have a corporate partnership, you can't just be streaming in your basement with a bunch of crap in the back. And I mean it's
you can, but and I think if you do, I think you'll be more successful if you do. But they don't want that, right?
Well, that's what I mean. It becomes harder and harder the more pressure you have from those partnerships and those contracts.
I mean, we work at a corporation, and I think a lot of that, a lot of the content that they want to make is the same way, right? It's no, it has to be polished.
Yeah.
You can't curse on accident. You have to keep this image, and if we're going to be tied to this thing, it has to have
it's got to be
polished,
boardroom friendly.
Yeah.
Because a lot of this stuff, the content that's made at our establishment here is more often than not paid for or subsidized by the vendor.
Yeah, by that corporation.
And they don't really care about how many views that it gets. They bring that to their board and say, look at this cool video we paid X amount for. Look at how pretty it is.
Yeah, they want to be able to take credit for this polished, good-looking content.
Yeah, not some here's a guy in his garage talking about this Samsung SSD that's gotten 15 million views, and we sold 5,000 SSDs based off this video. Those numbers are great, but it doesn't play well on a video board in a boardroom.
Yeah, and it's people don't want to see your cat running through the background and there's a trash can behind you with Chick-fil-A in it.
Yeah,
you know
it's
what I
not
mean?
on brand and all that crap.
But users do. Users want to have the same thing for lunch you had. You know what I mean? they want to relate over every small little thing, or you're just this lifestyle, and I got to do the dishes, and like my bathroom's a mess, and all those things. I think are things that kind of ingratiate streamers to the user, and I think that's what Ninja's gotten farther and farther from. That's what kind of users like Shroud kind of embrace, and I think it's kind of what users like Dr. Disrespect kind of mock. You know what I mean? Is that polished nature, and
well, he has a very polished stream. But it's his personality that he will always he does interact with the chat,
and it's his stream's such a joke. Like the whole thing's a punchline, so it's like
Guy Beam is a punchline.
Yeah, I'm just saying like it's when other people kind of approach this very produced thing like it works for Dr. Disrespect. It's like they're missing the point that on the docs
it's a parody.
It's a parody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's the joke, and if you think it's not the joke, like you're the joke,
Yeah.
But so I've been playing that a lot, and then I've been, like I get into these YouTube rabbit holes. So I've been thinking about. Well, we were talking about it, but I've been thinking for a while. We need to make some videos. Some Tech Yeah Studios productions, right?
Little vignettes, little clips.
Yeah,
some little clippy clips.
All I'm saying is Tech Yeah Studios is a multi-trillion-dollar corporation that is sweeping the nation right now, right?
Man, if you guys think Tony's voice is silky smooth, you should see his face.
It is sweeping the nation. This is so big I can hardly contain it, especially when it's just me, you, and sometimes Leo. It's a lot for us to do, all this content, all of this popularity, the social media, the events,
If anyone's looking for an internship, it's unpaid, but we only mildly harass interns.
Yeah, we're pretty cool.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Send us your resumes at techyeahpodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah. But I'm like, we need to make some videos. We need to make some hot videos.
Yeah.
And so now I've been on this YouTube rabbit hole of like what camera I should get. Like, do I need these high end? Like, should I get a red? Right? With like the it's only like $40,000 or something, right?
Yeah.
Like whatever.
Yeah. There's probably one on offer up you can get for cheaper.
Yeah, whatever, right? Who knows? I don't even need a new one, right? Like maybe it comes with some lenses to help save me from shopping time.
Fine.
But or should I get like a $300 camera, which maybe I'll do that. We
could start there.
Why not? Right? Why not?
We could start there.
But yeah, so hopefully I'll be bringing you guys some video content soon, and especially for the gaming channel, and maybe some vignettes with me and Bill. I think that would be kind of a lot of fun to do, and hopefully people would like them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, we can just set the camera up right here. You just
Smile.
It works.
Yeah.
Right there, guys. Everyone.
Right there. I don't like that light bulb in here if we're going to do it in here because that is way too tungsten.
It's very warm.
Yeah, it's way too warm. I like the white light better.
Yeah.
I'd rather warm it and post if I need to.
Yeah.
But
it's good podcast content though when you say right over there.
Yeah, over.
Look at that thing over there. Do you guys see that?
Look around the room. Listeners, close your eyes right now. If you're driving, it's okay. Just close your eyes, okay? Picture a room that has some couches facing each other, a couple chairs, a massage chair that Bill always sits in for some reason.
There is a very good reason.
There's a TV off to the side, a conference room phone.
It's a very modern-y tech. It's like if someone was in like a dentist waiting room with good like
that was
design sense.
It was built in 2017.
Yeah.
Right? It's like it's
a 2017
it's
like high-end dentist.
Yeah.
Like you'll get Invisalign at this dentist.
Yeah, you could see I don't know, 6 people in here comfortably.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So picture the room, you guys. But that's kind of where I've been this week. Rabbit hole for some cameras and just playing that Apex Legends game, man. Just grinding out.
Loving that game, right?
It's so good.
Loving that game, just like everyone should be loving each other, which is a great segue into Valentine's Day.
Oh man, it's the time of romance. It's the time to grab the one you love.
This is gonna get awkward. I
think it's gonna get super hot.
I can sense this is gonna get very awkward. So. Tony, who was it? Your niece? Your sister?
Oh, my nephew.
Your nephew. So earmuffs.
Duke. He's adorable.
Earmuffs to him.
Yeah, Duke, you might want to tune out.
Maria, skip to episode 20.
This is episode 20.
21. Skip to episode 21. You do not want to hear any of this.
No, Maria and Dan, you guys turn on the fire, light some, candles.
Oh God!
Heat up that Salisbury steak and open a bottle of wine because it's about to get real good right now.
Let's move on from that.
Why? Oh, they're Italian. They're gonna have all right. Cook up a chicken parm, or maybe like an eggplant parm if you're feeling a little veggie today. Yeah, let's make the magic happen.
Okay, magic will happen in the form of a brilliant 15 items for Valentine's Day, right?
This list, all right. So
it's for her, right? Gifts for her?
No, this is just gifts for your high-tech Valentine.
Okay, so high-tech Valentine.
I did not do a gendered one. I felt like that was very sexist. This is from PC Mag, from Chandra Steele.
PC Magazine.
Yeah.
Which is kind of important to note what publication this was.
It's a real magazine, okay?
Yeah.
So these are some Valentine's Day gifts.
And it's top 15, right? Or not top, but like 15 Valentine's gifts.
Yeah, it's 15 of them. Okay. So the first one is called a love box. A note by any other name would smell as sweet, provided it's a text message that arrives in a love box. Gift the box and fill it with love notes by using an app. When your message arrives, the heart on the front of the box will spin. So it's a little wooden box with a glowy heart on the front that spins. And you fill it with notes, like you type in notes on the app, and it comes with all these notes that you put in, and it's $99.
It's $100 for a wood box with a little like Raspberry Pi LCD screen in the middle of it.
But love notes are priceless.
Except you can delete them, and that thing's going to run out of batteries and be useless.
Yeah, maybe. That's probably true, but
it's a cute idea. I mean, that seems. I don't know who that's for. I don't know who's doing that. It's very like millennial hipstery kind of.
You don't think your wife would like a love box?
I don't think you're getting that for your wife. I think you're getting that for
side piece,
for your side piece that works in the city that has like a leather satchel, male or female, and rides a bike to work. I think that's who's getting that. That's going to someone to their office, and it's an open concept office.
Like as long as the dog doesn't bite the package at the office before she opens it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's an office, it's an open concept office with a bunch of iMacs and some greenery, some bushes. Potted plants.
And an espresso, I like it.
And an espresso machine and glass walls. There's a glass walled conference room in there.
All right. Next one might be my favorite one.
Okay.
Okay. I got to read these. There are no words. I got to do my girl here, Chandra, some solid and actually read her descriptions because she put a lot of work into them. There are no words. Can't even read. Conversation hearts are muted this season, but you can still make your love known the old-fashioned way with chocolate and emoji. Love expressions are a sweet way to say something, and they're chocolate emojis.
So they're just chocolate balls with the wrappers, with yellow wrappers with emojis on them.
Yeah.
Emoji faces. All right.
I think the real shortcoming of these is that, what is the sexiest emoji?
Kissy face. Winky kissy face. Tongue out face. Eggplant.
No. Well, eggplant is like
the new little bit emoji.
The peach is the sexiest.
The peach is the sexiest one.
Have you seen the peach?
Yeah.
Are you sure? I'm gonna pull up the peach right now for you because you obviously don't know what this peach is laying down.
What a weird question.
In the middle.
Yeah. With the little leaves on the top.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the peach emoji. I mean, I wouldn't go with peach emoji as the sexiest emoji, but it's pretty good.
You send a lady, your lady lover, a peach then eggplant message and maybe a winky face afterwards,
or the little water squirt one.
Oh yeah, your message is coming in loud and clear. Yeah. Okay. She knows what you mean.
All right, so little chocolate balls with emoji wrappers on it. Great.
All right. So I still can't get over that peach emoji. All right. So the third was this the third? Yeah. The third gift Chandra wants us to buy for our high-tech lover is the phone suite phone. Your Valentine might be most in love with their phone. Don't try to compete. Give in and get them a sweet treat. You can buy a pretty convincing iPhone X made out of chocolate or an earlier model for less. Or DIY your own since it doesn't get reception.
Do they have like, what is it, the 5C? The cheap one?
Yeah, the 5C.
What if you get the 5C in the mail for Valentine's? You're like, are you kidding me? You're going to give me the crappy... Oh, my God.
You get iPad Touch.
So you get an iPad Touch?
iPod Touch.
Oh, iPod Touch?
I don't know. It's $10.
Dude, what about an iPad Pro chocolate? That's a lot of chocolate.
I don't know, but if you get your girlfriend or wife a chocolate iPhone...
You're getting that thrown at you.
Yeah, you're getting divorced or broken up with. That is
such bullcrap.
not a good present.
That's a terrible one.
Maybe it's like part of a cute gift basket.
Is it Valentine specific, or does it just have the app? Okay, it just looks like...
It just looks like an iPhone.
It just looks like an iPhone in a plastic case. Wow.
Maybe you could get it and then put it in a real iPhone box and bamboozle her.
You could do that too.
Just
Or
put
put
it-
her case on it.
Yeah.
So it looks like her phone and she picks it up and it's
And she
aluminum
gets,
wrapper.
chocolate melted all over her
Yeah.
face.
Oh my God.
That'd be pretty good. I like that.
So stupid.
This is amazing. I don't know what you're talking about. Wrapped around your finger. A 3D printed heart ring is a modern way to express a timeless sentiment. The best part is they come in a range of prices, styles, materials, and colors. This particular one is from blah, 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 and it's $230.
It's just a ring.
Yeah, and it's not like it's not like a, it's probably filament. It's plastic. It's
Yeah.
not. Yeah, I'm not. If this is another gift that's going to get you in more trouble.
Yeah, they'd be like,
Then-
what the hell? And then she finds out how much you spent on it. Like, did you get this from a vending machine at a Shakey's Pizza? Like, no, dude, I spent $250 on this crap.
Yeah, as we move through this list, I want to tell you guys, don't buy these gifts.
Please don't, for the
You
love
will
of
get dumped.
for the love of God.
You will have a if you buy these gifts for your significant other, then send us an email and you can talk to me on Valentine's Day, right? 'Cause
I want to hear all about it.
yeah. The love light. How do you know it's true love? Technology will tell you. The kissing love tester determines the fidelity of your heart by lighting up or not when two people hold on to it and kiss.
Jesus.
It's about as reliable an indicator if you're truly meant for each other as a magic 8-ball, but it's still fun. How is this a good idea?
Well, how much is it?
$12.50.
Okay, so that's kind of like that's a little
But what if it
gift
doesn't-
basket.
What if
stuffer.
it doesn't go off?
Then you just keep kissing, and then you go like, oh, we did it. Just like the 8-ball. It's like, will I be a famous singer? Chances not good. Ah, damn it. Shake it again. Likely. You're like, yes, I knew it.
Part of me thinks that this thing, like, for some people just isn't going to work. And it's going to cause a conversation at Valentine's Day you don't want to have. Like, I've definitely met girls who, if you got this thing for them and you did it 5 times and it never went off, they'd be like, so what's going on? And you'd be like, it's just a stupid $12 love test. And they'd be
I
like,
thought it'd be cute.
but what does it mean? And you're like, it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
It's made in China. Like,
Yeah, you're welcome for the gold necklace. I
Yeah.
thought this would also be cute too, you jackass.
Yeah, like there was a Tiffany's box in the basket too. Like, why are you focused on this? So another one I think it's cute if it was in a basket. It's also kind of terrifying. You light up my life. Spell out how much you love them with the DIY cinema light box. I've seen these. It's $23. It's like a
Oh yeah, a little marquee thing.
little marquee thing.
Yeah.
They're cute. I could see if you wrote like if you wrote peach emoji eggplant on there,
Right.
and left it for your lady when she walks in. She knows what she's getting.
How much is that guy?
$22.99.
Okay, and I've seen those at Target, I think. I've seen those in like retail stores. It's not really Valentine's specific. That is actually not a bad gift idea.
Yeah, I think that's a cute way if you want to leave a message for when your lady
Yeah.
or man comes in the door and there's a cute
Yeah,
message.
you got some
or-
flowers and some chocolate in front of it, and whatever. Let's bang behind it on the little marquee or
something
I love
personal,
you.
something that kind of, maybe something that reminds you of that first date at Maestro's in Malibu, or
Yep.
or that time you guys got lost in Koreatown and ended up in that little bar. And
Ended
did
up
karaoke, right?
Ended up.
I was thinking of
chopped up
romantic.
in-
I'm thinking of romantic stories, right?
When you say the time that we got lost in Chinatown or
I said
Koreatown.
Koreatown's not that bad. You can walk around K-Town and you'll be all right. It's popping. There's a lot of people there at night. All right, we'll move on from getting murdered in K-Town. Every rose has a... It's like own with a P. I don't like the... All right, real flowers...
Tech, yeah.
Real flowers perish. 8-bit is forever. This Lego rose approximates the look of 8-bit. And like your love, will never die. I mean,
Lovely.
it's cute.
If you've got a nerdy relationship, if you're like counting down the days for the final season of Game of Thrones and you guys play Smash Brothers together, an 8-bit rose is adorable.
Yeah, I know quite a few people that would appreciate a Lego rose.
Yeah, adorable.
I think the writing is like an 8-bit kind of gamer nostalgia call out is not the best use of this, but I think it's actually one of the few things on here.
Yeah,
that is probably pretty charming.
If your significant other rolls their eyes at you playing video games, do not give them that.
No, I could see getting the marquee in this 8-bit rose, and it's like, I don't know. I want to be in your Spider-Verse. You know what I mean? And you guys nerd out and have some fun that night. I think that's perfect. I love you like a love song, baby. A Spotify playlist has nothing on an old school mixtape. You can transfer your music to cassette via USB, and then your eternal flame can play it back on this cassette player. All right, that's a bad idea.
Okay, what?
It's a cassette player.
With USB?
Yeah, you can...
What's the USB for?
To transfer music onto the cassettes.
Don't you have to record it onto the cassette like you normally did?
Yeah, so you'd hit record and then play it via USB.
So why can't you just use an audio jack into an old-timey recorder?
You could. This one just has USB.
Oh, cool. How much is that piece of shit?
$30. Not bad.
Not bad. Okay, not bad. All right. For $30, that's pretty because we come, I think, from the generation of the mixtape.
I definitely made some mixtapes in my day.
I made so many mixtapes.
I can remember sitting at home with you'd put the tape over the top of the tape so it would record, and I'd call the radio station and request songs.
Me too. Yeah.
So that I could record them for my tapes.
Absolutely. And the best is if you call the radio station with the request with a call out to be played for the request. Yeah. So in the mixtape, you have this is going out to blank from blank.
In the ramp. That's nice.
It's a really nice touch.
That's a real pro move, actually.
It's a really pro move. I actually used to do that where I would call the radio station, and I kind of became friends with one of the DJs in Seattle, and I would have him make shout outs over the phone, like not on the air, and then I would use those in mixtapes and in dances and stuff when I would DJ.
You're a real producer.
Dude, okay. But the
story's gonna be great.
This is really good. So the last mixtape that I did wasn't really a mixtape, it was a playlist. It was a iTunes playlist mixtape. Mm-hmm. So my now wife, I made this on her computer. I said, "Hey, can hey, have you heard of this song?" Like, "No, what song is that?" "Oh, you're going to love the song. You got to get it for you." So I did that a couple times. So there was a few songs that I wanted to download for her and put on her MacBook on her iTunes. So I put, I think 12 songs, and she had a boyfriend at this time, mind you. 12 songs that were so blatant, so obvious. I mean, there's some bad ones. She still talks about it now, where she couldn't even listen to it because it was so awkward.
Like what songs?
Like Body from LSG. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was basically any song that was you have a boyfriend, you need to break up with him songs.
That's messed up.
Yeah. The Girl Is Mine, Michael Jackson and Paul McCartney, that was on there. Anywhere by 112.
How does that work? I can't... Whatever. I can't even believe that that's a...
I mean, they were just the most sexually suggestive, on the nose, you have a boyfriend, I want to break you up songs that you could possibly find that I could had access to.
That's so disturbing.
Rome, the artist's name is Rome. I'm gonna blank on the name of the song,
I know who you're talking
about. You know the song I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
And it's like he flat out says like, you have a boyfriend, he holds the key to your heart. It's so on the nose, it's hilarious. But yeah, so that was super awkward.
That's pretty foul. All right, our next item on this wonderful list, share and share alike. I feel like we should be helping people find presents, and we're not helping.
This is not helping anybody.
No, we're not.
This is hilarious.
Yeah, we're not helping anybody. Share and share alike. If your relationship is suffering from a power struggle, this dual-hard iPhone charging cable can help. It lets you each charge your phones, avoiding arguments about who is more in need of the lightning cable.
Oh God,
I hate this already.
I hate this so much. Let's go back to mixtapes. Make your crush, your love, whatever, a mixtape. However you can.
If you
Don't
buy,
get her a dual charger.
If you buy a Heart iPhone dual charger,
let me see this
for your beau, for your lady or man
it's
friend.
it's a charger. It's a splitter charger where the splitter joint is a heart.
That's the whole thing.
Get out of here.
If you buy this,
how much is it? How much is that piece of shit?
$15.
That's horrible. That's horrifying.
If you buy this, you should be alone forever.
Forever.
If someone gives you this for Valentine's Day,
run.
Yeah. Don't just run, like
throw it at them.
Murder them. Strangle them with it.
Strangle them with
and bury their body in the yard.
Oh my God.
Stay in touch. These lamps are an illuminating way to tell someone you're thinking about them. Buy a pair and keep one lamp for yourself and give another to someone special. Once they're both connected to Wi-Fi, a tap on either of them will light up the other. No matter how far apart.
So this sounds like a G-rated version of the Bluetooth connected vibrating underwear.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about.
I actually have.
You never seen those?
I think I've heard of.
Yeah.
Before.
Where you got like a little remote, and the ones that I've seen, I think are like infrared. Like it's not actually connected to the internet like that. That sounds like that's a stupid idea, but it sounds like it could have fun applications.
It could also be super annoying.
It could be really annoying. But if you had like a little marquee that you can kind of program little messages to somebody that, you can kind of trade messages back and forth or something like that. Having a lamp, I mean, that's just like annoying. That's really stupid.
You should just get some walkie-talkies. Because walkie-talkies are sick.
Those are sick.
Yeah.
Or like a CB radio.
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Did I hear a niner in there? To the moon and back.
So the light thing is stupid. That's a stupid thing.
Yeah, I'm just going through these because I kind of hate them all now.
Oh, we've hated these from the beginning.
I know, but
I love it.
I'm like hating them more.
It's just you your motivation for doing this is just you're like, oh, these are all sucking all the energy out of.
Yeah, now they're like 10, and I'm like, this was not the best plan. Actually, this is pretty fun though. To the moon and back. Give them the moon and stars. Pair this mini moon sculpture that comes to life with an AR app. With a personal planetary. Oh, I don't know what this is, man.
Let me see.
Well, the picture's just some lady looking into a VR headset.
Oh, what the hell is that?
Don't buy it. It's $50. I skip it. Spell it out. Remind them of your love every day with this LED powered light that literally spells out how you feel.
Well, okay, so that's what I was. Never mind. Never mind. I was like, that's exactly what I'm talking about. But it's a wood LVE with a light bulb
for the O. Yeah.
For the O, and the light bulb's LED.
If this is what you need to do to tell someone you love them, you're not actually in love.
Okay, how much does that piece of shit cost?
$85.
Oh my God! It's one of those like old timey looking light bulbs, like those mock old light bulbs. Which are like kind of okay, I guess. They're super expensive. Like they have them at Target.
Color on them.
Yeah, that I don't even know what it.
Burnt orange.
Very burnt orange. Yeah, like an off yellowy red thing. It's very bizarre color. But I saw them at Target. a few weeks ago. I was like, oh, that's kind of like a cool idea if you've got like a craftsman-y style house. Like our house is real. I mean, it was like built in the 20s, so it's got that craftsman feel to it.
Never try and take a selfie in front of that thing.
No, it looked like crap. But yeah, like for a house like that, you'd be like, oh, that's kind of a cute idea. I was like, oh my God, they want how much for these damn things? It's like as bad as those smart light bulbs.
Get some LEDs in there, bro. You'd be done with it.
Yeah.
I woke up in love this morning is the next item. Even if you're thousands of miles from your sweetheart, you can still hear each. Even if you are thousands of miles away from your sweetheart, you can still hear each their heartbeat with Pillow Talk.
Awesome writing.
Each partner gets a wristband and speaker which transmits and receives the other's heartbeat. You could just fake that. You know what I mean?
That's stupid.
I feel like I could make this product for like $19, and it's just a speaker that randomly plays heartbeat sounds, and you're supposed to believe it's like your lover's.
What is that for? Like, what's the point of that? Again, that's like a use of technology that is stupid and unnecessary. You could have, like, I thought it was going to be like you have a little wristband, you can like speak into it, and as long as you're wearing the wristband, you can communicate like it's an
like
open
a walkie-talkie.
line. Like a walkie-talkie that's just like always open.
I think we're getting back to the fact that walkie-talkies are awesome.
Yeah.
Because they are awesome.
They're really cool.
Yeah.
But I'm noticing somewhat of a trend here with a lot of these products. Like there's some distance, like long distance relationship heavy things in here, which I guess is the only use for technology.
I think the chick that wrote this has some issues.
She's got some failed relationships under time, probably because she got her
she
boyfriend's stupid shit for
She's
Valentine's.
like, I could never. It's just, if I could only hear his heartbeat.
If I would have gotten
he wouldn't have dumped me. Guess how much the heartbeat thing is?
Jesus, it's $80.
More.
Oh my God.
I'll tell you, $178.
Good God. And all it does is transmit the heartbeat?
Yeah, that's all. Love Days. Create a calendar on Social Print Studio with your favorite photos. The daily calendar can be created in 3 formats. I actually think that's kind of cool. Make a custom calendar for your loved one.
It's like the Calvin and Hobbes, like funny quote every day kind of thing.
Sort of. These ones are bigger, so you kind of hang them on a wall or something. But
you need 365 pictures.
Yeah, or you can do less. There's different ways to do it.
I mean, with the number of pictures people take now, you could easily get 365 pictures.
And I think making something like this is really nice, actually. Like, this is
that's a legitimately good idea.
This one's $45 for all the prints. If it's 365 color prints, $45 isn't bad. But I think that's nice. If you come up with something like this, and even if you repeat pictures or whatever, like, it's very thoughtful. It's a very nice thing, especially if you kind of can cater some of the dates around, like, it's our anniversary. Remember, this is the picture at the coffee shop when we first met. That's super cute. If someone did that for me,
very cute.
I'd be
that's a really good idea. I think you got to be together for some period of time.
Yeah, that's not a first Valentine's Day.
No,
that's
you have to amass enough content to make it interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I could
maybe, I don't know.
If for Valentine's Day, I'll give a girl a copy of the podcast. All right, that'll be my romantic gesture.
Subscribe them to the podcast.
I'll subscribe them. So this is the last one.
Thank God.
Hooked on a feeling. There shouldn't be shame with sex, provided everything is between consenting adults. But a warning, if you want to avoid having your most private data exposed, don't use an internet-connected sex toy. That said, LoveSense makes a line of them for men and women. They can be used from across the room or across the world.
This is what I was talking about.
I know, but I don't want to spoil the last item.
So they have ones that you can do remotely? Oh, yes.
One of those is for boys.
One of those is... I don't know. Want to guess which one?
None
of those look like they would be enjoyable as a boy.
I'm guessing the straight one.
I think the black one on the right.
Yeah, I'm guessing both the black ones.
Yeah. Ooh.
The pink ones are for our
female
friends.
So the last time I saw anything about similar devices, they were limited to being in the same room or network. I can't remember what it was. I don't think it was network. I thought it was like 15 feet away kind of thing. Like if you're at dinner, you can kind of go into the table and hit the button, you know.
You have to be logged into the same domain to use it?
No, it was like literally a remote. Like
you have to be using the same primary domain controller to access the LoveSense.
So these actually connect to the internet.
To the internet.
So you could be wherever and you've got the remote.
Yeah.
See, that is...
Bill wants to buy one.
That's not bad.
I could see it on
That's
his face.
not bad.
He's so excited.
It's not a bad
about
idea.
that. He just bit his lip.
It's not a bad idea.
Bill,
It's not a bad idea.
You're too aroused right now.
Everything else up until here has been a poor use of technology.
I like the calendar.
Calendar withstanding. There's been nothing where you're like, that actually makes sense.
I just double checked they're actually recording.
Good,
Because last
God.
time I did.
So that is a use of technology that I don't know if that's a Valentine's Day gift.
No.
But it's interesting.
I would say I just give them away on first dates.
It'd be an interesting first impression.
Yeah. I'd say throw this up on your network. And
It'd break the ice.
Throw this up on your network and text me when you get home.
It would break the ice. So, I mean, just all that stuff is really weird. It's pretty millennial-y.
Yeah.
And very, like, harmless, silly, stupid. But I feel like
a lot of that is like, and I'm sure the lady that wrote that is a very lovely young lady, right? And very happy and social. But I feel like a lot of that is so harmless and so like kitschy that it's almost like this isn't for people that are intimate with each. You know what I mean? Like it's almost like a very friend.
But check this out. I've heard these articles for the last few years, and if you observe, if you're above a certain age, like if you're in your 30s or older,
mm-hmm.
and you've observed youth, you've recognized this as a trend. Youth. I'll just say the youths.
Are you Joe Pesci?
Youths.
The two youths.
These two youths.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite movies.
That is a good movie. Marissa Tomei in that movie is a stone cold fox.
Oh my God. Unbelievable.
Amazing.
Biggest crush on her
ever. I still just like My
Father's Garage, yeah.
I'll never forget about her in my entire life because of that movie.
Yeah. I 100% agree.
It was just that age too. Like,
yeah.
All right. Enough.
I love everything that she says in that movie.
Yeah. There's never
enough. It's so funny.
And she's got those like leopard pants on in the whole
3
thing.
degrees before top dead center.
Yeah. She's got those leopard pants on in the whole thing. And those gaudy high heels. You're just like, oh my God, like this woman. Like, it's like, I'm sorry, this is so off the subject. But
my father was a mechanic.
She's like, this is like a woman. You know what I mean?
His father was a mechanic. Yeah. My 3 brothers are mechanics.
I feel like Hollywood's so good at like presenting you with these like the version of women in Hollywood is almost like childlike. You know what I mean? It's always this like youthful. And then you see Marissa Tomei in that movie and it's like, oh, this is like a woman. Like she'll
beat the shit out of you.
She'll beat the shit out of you. She has sex when she wants to. You know what I mean? Like she's not like a, someone's thing. Like.
Then let me ask you: do you give a fuck what the son of the bitch's pants were? Imagine you're a deer. Put your little deer lips to the brook.
I read your bam. I read your story.
So fucking good. Yeah. Anyway, so the youths, the millennials, are pairing up less frequently. Like no one has a steady boyfriend or girlfriend. And studies are actually showing from Europe here, going back to even 2016, there's this LA Times article, millennials are having less sex than any generation in 60 years.
I can agree with that.
Here's why it matters. So at first glance, you're like, well, that's a good thing. Like, teenagers are having less, sex,
it's all those 30-year-olds, bro.
Well, yeah, it bleeds into a lot older.
It's not right.
But when you think about it, the downstream effect is what the problem is. The benefits of it right now, like there's less teenage pregnancies, there's less abortions, there's positive things, STDs transmitting in high schools and all that stuff. All that stuff is great, and I think parents would probably be stoked to hear that is the fact. But what is the consequences of that down the road? I mean, people are having kids later, sometimes not at all. They're not partnering up as early. It's a very bizarre trend.
I mean, like, look at Japan, like, as a country.
Yeah, perfect example.
They're dying as a country.
Yeah.
And, like their population is in steep decline. No one's hooking up. They have no cohabits. Like that country it's sad, because I'm a big weeb, you know what I mean? Like I'm the Japan fan around here. And, they had a Vice documentary, I think last year or the year before, talking about just Japanese people just don't want to be together,
It's very strange. Strange. And it feels like it could potentially happen here. I mean, we're just a lot more varied of a country. So it's less likely to be like a universal
I mean, I'll say
issue.
This. As a person in their 30s that is single, it's not weird. Like it's not uncommon. Like even when I lived in San Diego, which is more conservative a place than LA, it seemed like I was getting to an age where it was like I felt a lot of pressure to not be single. You know what I mean? Like all my friends were married. They were all having children. There wasn't really like any kind of outlet for like single 30-somethings. And in LA, like it's way more comfortable. But
absolutely.
I can see like, San Diego's not a small town. You know what I mean? I imagine if you're in a small town or like somewhere even, less progressive than
just like the
metros.
Midwest. I mean, it's just, you marry your high school sweetheart and you have kids at 22 and, it's
but it's seeming more and more acceptable to just be like, I'm not really into it,
But why? It's like, no one knows the reasons. I mean, there's easy access to porn.
Yeah.
That's got to be a factor. There's the proliferation of dating apps.
Yeah.
So you don't have necessarily the like organic connection that would facilitate an actual relationship like you and I would have had in high school or early college, where you meet somebody or through friends or you ask them out, you go you get a milkshake and you get
a milkshake,
go to the movies, all that.
You guys go out for a malt and
traditional
shit.
That now it's just like you want to have a release for your pent up.
What are you trying to say?
Sexual energy. You've got options other than having a girlfriend or boyfriend.
Yeah, and I think a big part of it too is like, I think back in the day, you met someone, they were kind of good enough. You didn't really know, like, you didn't know when you were going to meet more people. You know what I mean? Like, if someone introduced you to somebody, you guys got along, it was kind of like, all right, this is fine. You know what I mean? Like,
let's try this out.
Where now it's like, yeah, you're fine, but like, I got like 6 more swipes this week that, I'm gonna see how those work out too.
Okay, so you do use dating apps?
Yeah.
Do you? I mean, do you really?
No, not all. No.
I mean, do you see yourself treating it like that?
Sort of. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's weird because I'm older. You know what I mean? Like, I think when I was young, it's funny because I've been online dating since, like, before people online dated, Like, I remember I used to meet girls in, like, AOL chats. I used to meet girls. MySpace was, like, because I was, like, I don't know. When MySpace was huge, I was, like, 18. You know what I mean? Or, like, 17.
Yeah.
And it was, like, prime MySpace time. And it was crazy that you could, like, log in and search for, like, online girls within 2 years of your age that were, single, right?
Mm-hmm.
And just literally pull up a list of them, be like, she's cute, send her a message, she's cute, send her, And I met a lot of girls through MySpace, right? I was younger and, young and handsome back then. I'm old now. But
you're a cutie.
Oh, thank you. But I still online date. I have a date tonight, actually. I have a Hinge date tonight. Hinge is one of these said apps.
So what's the Hinge catch?
Hinge is like, it's supposed to be people that know people through Facebook. Like, it uses third party, like, or third degree Facebook connections is like kind of the tying.
So you can't send messages, or can you see people that are outside of your
No, it serves you up a group of people.
Okay,
you
so
say yes or no to that group.
The pool is vastly more
very limited. You say yes or no to that group. If anyone says yes within that group, then you guys can message each other. In general, that's kind of the rule. You can't blindly message anymore.
So it seems like the trend has been, like most things, that it's easier and quicker.
Yeah.
Right? Like MySpace, Because I mean, the same thing from, same generation where, you could search by zip code, right? And, nearby and who's
MySpace
online.
was a smash fest.
It was
bro.
awesome.
It
was just, you're like, oh my God, this is crazy. Like, you don't have to hang out at the mall all day long.
Yeah, you'd hit that girl's profile. She'd have some
Copy and
Sublime
paste
on there.
Copy and paste
Marley.
some message, and you could just be like, you could cast a wide net. But there was still like some. It wasn't designed in that way, so you were kind of going out. It felt like you were being creative. A little bit, right? Like you're using a platform probably in the way it was intended, but at least not in the way it was being sold as, right?
Yeah, not the way the UX was set up for you.
Yeah.
But then you're that age, like you're trying everything.
Everything
anyway.
you can possibly think of, for sure. So there's still that part of your brain, like the hunt part of your brain is still activated. You're trying to outsmart the system and use it to your advantage. Now it seems like the trend is as easy and quick as possible.
And I think that's kind of the problem. I think it's funny because I've done all kinds of online dating, right? And so when I would do like Match.com, right? Match, eHarmony.
Okay.
Those are like
so you've tried those ones.
Yeah, I've tried Match. I've never used eHarmony.
Okay.
But those are like paid, premium members only online dating, right?
And you paid for it?
I paid for it.
Okay.
And actually, like the few times I used Match, I actually ended up dating people for 6 months to a year.
Okay.
That I met there.
Yeah.
Right. And so I was like with this person.
Right.
Or two different people for prolonged periods of time.
Okay.
One I left when I moved here. Another one, honestly, just lived too far away. But
yeah.
But regardless, they were very nice people.
Okay, so the relationship did not continue, not because of who they were, but just circumstantially.
And I guess you can.
They were okay. I mean,
they were good matches.
They were good matches, not good enough to.
Yeah, they were good matches. Interested in long-term relationships. They were probably good enough to make it through. I'm kind of an asshole with commitment issues, but
fair enough.
That's neither here nor there.
Okay.
I think the issue with these Tinders and these Hinges and Bumbles and whatever they all are.
Which is the one that is like the girl
Bumble?
Okay.
I don't use that one.
Okay.
I think the problem with these apps is like by gamifying dating, you've turned it into a game. And I think
it's a good way to put it, gamifying it.
And I think in a lot of ways, by making these kind of casual apps where you swipe or whatever, I don't care about the people on these apps. You know what I mean? I feel no obligation to respond. Even if I swipe and we match and they say hi, I feel no obligation to respond. You know what I mean? Like maybe I saw one photo and I liked it and I saw the other one and didn't. Maybe I didn't really read all the way down your profile and your you hate pineapples, or you know what I mean, or you think Big Bang Theory is the best show on TV. Like maybe there's some dumb reason I'm just not interested in writing back. And it's so casual and so easy. It's be like, I got 10 of these things. I'm not really gonna mess with that message, or I'm already talking to somebody, so I don't really need to like pursue all these leads.
I'm thinking back to being in high school and my best friend Chad and I going to the mall. Fucking Chad. And like trying to we went there to find girls.
Did you guys used to do like the phone number game?
We had no game.
We used to see who could get the most phone numbers.
Yeah, I mean, in different circumstances, yes, that game is a very fun game. But we were just like such dorks, and we weren't. Our hearts weren't into it. Like we just weren't that kind of best friends. Like we were just kind of like, all right, let's walk around the mall a couple times and let's go home and play video games. Yeah. Like we really weren't trolling necessarily, but we were walking around going, oh, that chick is cute, let's go find out which store she's going into. And we would be like scoping out girls, but not really in it to go after them. But that being said, we had done that before, and if you see a girl that's cute walking around wherever you are, pre-internet, and you go up and talk to her, and there's that, like, if you don't talk to her, you'll never see her again.
Yeah, she's dead.
She's gone. You'll never find this girl again. And if you do talk to her, and you still think she's cute, and you want to pursue it, anything that comes up that you don't agree with, don't like, you immediately like it and will, like
you're
Big
very
Bang
flexible.
Theory.
You're very flexible.
Like, my girlfriend and I were going to go home and watch Big Bang Theory. 2001, 2003, you're immediately saying, I love that show.
Yeah,
Sheldon
Sheldon
hilarious.
was the bazinga.
Oh, that's so cool. Oh, yeah, I love that show too. You want to get invited. You want to watch that TV show with her. You do not want to let her get away because you'll never have this opportunity again.
I can remember being 17 and these missed opportunity fantasies you'd write in your head about that girl you saw at the mall, and it's like
absolutely,
it's so dumb.
It's so stupid, but you have because it's just like fear of missing out.
Yeah.
It's what
FOMO
now.
Bro.
You have this fear of missing out so much so that you compromise.
Yeah.
And now there's no compromise because you've got an inbox, I'm assuming, hopefully, whatever, filled with other options.
I wouldn't say filled, but it's got some. There's options in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree. And I think that's kind of, it's kind of like what I'm saying. Like it's gamified now. And it's like any game, if there's enough supply, demand is down, like it's not this, the FOMO's not there anymore.
Right. Or if you meet, like you have a date tonight, if there's anything out of place with her that you're just kind of like, I'm not that into, like, where's the motivation to
I'm going to try and be
see
a
her
little
again?
more open. I feel like that is one of my issues is I'm kind of a hard ass. Like, I guess I've just dated so long, that it's like, it's so hard to not be like ultra critical, right? Like there's so many, I don't even call them deal breakers. There's so many flags in my head of like, oh, I've seen this before. I've seen, you know what I mean? Where it's like,
well, I mean, or deal breaker is probably a good way to put it because, I mean, you're not seeing any of them anymore.
Yeah, that's
right?
true.
I mean, the deal has been broken.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I think it's more, I don't know. But the deal isn't always broken because some flag got checked off. You know what I mean? A lot of times the deal breaks because other things happen. You know what I mean? Like,
but back in the day, you would have powered through most of that stuff.
All of this stuff.
And granted, the hormone spike is a contributor as well.
I definitely think of like in my teens, like my long-term girlfriend. Like if I met her now, I would hate her guts.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I'd
or hate her guts and or not put up with her.
Oh, I would never put up with her.
Yeah.
All the things she was into, I hate. The way she treated me was terrible. The way she treated people around her was bad. You know what I mean? Like all of these things that weren't really an issue to me then, in retrospect, it's like you're not a cool person. You know what I mean? Like,
but it's the combination of one being just desperate to no end.
Yeah.
And for no, and I mean that like with all males, all of us,
someone
just
touch me.
hormonally desperate as and then having the like where's the next meal coming? Essentially,
yeah.
It's like a caveman. Like we don't know where our next meal is going to come, so we're gonna eat the meat right off the bones on this thing.
I'm gonna eat its heart.
So it's really interesting. The technology. I mean, we're tech, so we obviously love technology.
The tech angle,
the big T.
The big T.
Has a ton of benefits, and as we saw with the Wi-Fi connected vibrators, could be really fun.
Yeah.
But culturally, societally, it's fucking kids up.
How'd you meet your wife?
In the dorm. We had a co-ed dorm. She was on the same floor.
So it was back like all the way since college, you guys.
Yeah. But all of it was kind of at the MySpace, I think, was dead by that time. But Facebook
came strong.
Facebook came in really strong, and
crushed
especially
MySpace.
Especially when it was college only.
Mm-hmm.
So you had, my school, we had 20,000 undergrad. It's a pretty big undergrad school. It was a commuter school, so there wasn't like 15,000 people hanging out in the commons, or it was pretty sparse on the weekends. But I mean, I remember, you could see everyone that went to your school just right there. You can click them. Oh, it says single, and you can send them a message. And, like it was the beginnings of, there's a whole nother pool that you can pull out.
So did you guys talk on Facebook at all? Was that a part of your relationship?
No, we met, like
Through
literally in the
Friendster?
hall, like literally
Through
in the
Friendster.
hallway. Friendster. No, I mean it was the hall. Like, hey, how's it going? Hey, like we knew a friend, or we had a mutual friend. It was like, hey, can we hang out with you? I mean, it was.
And you made that mixtape. It was all downhill.
Yeah, exactly. All the just cringe-worthy, blatant songs. But it was very traditional in that it was totally offline. It was organic. It had it was right there. I didn't she had a boyfriend at the time, as I talked about, and it was a relentless pursuit. Despite that, so I feel like our generation, the early mid 30-ish generation, was kind of like the last generation of, we don't have any other option other than organically meeting.
Kind of mixed results, right? Like when I was young, that was it. Now, as I've gotten into my 20s and now into my 30s, it's like no one organically meets at all.
You're not going to a coffee shop or a library or, church.
Talking to someone randomly in public seems like something a lunatic would do.
Yeah, picking up somebody at a bar.
Yeah, like
you're going to be accused of harassment.
Like approaching some girl and be like, "Do you want drinks? Maybe we could hang out." It's like, I know I said it extra creepy there, but just that thought process is just like so strange now. It's so like is this guy trying to roofie somebody? Like,
well, you saw that. Did you see the story recently about the Coke napkin on the airlines? I can't remember what airline it was. Like Delta, United, or whatever. One of those. They had the tiny little like thin square napkins that they give out.
Drinks,
and it was a Coke branded napkin, and it said something like there was some little saying on there like "don't miss opportunities" or it was some stupid thing, and then it says like pass this to your airline passenger crush, and on the back side it says like your name and your number, so you could give somebody on the plane your name and number essentially. And there was like huge outrage, like this was just the worst
rape culture
harassment thing. How disgusting is this? Like, dude, are you freaking out of your minds?
That's what I mean though, like especially in LA. Like I feel like if you if you approach someone and it's like that whole meme, right? Like step one, be handsome, right? But like if you're not, if they're not into it, like this quickly turns into like, them getting you kicked out of a bar or worse. You know what I mean?
Even if they are into it, they can all of a sudden decide to be not into it later.
Or their friend's not into it, right? You know what I mean? Like there's just, it's weird because I don't like this anti-Me Too line of reasoning that like, it's so hard to be a man because, because I definitely understand that like being a woman must be terrifying, right? Because men are bigger and stronger and pigs.
Yeah, we're pigs.
And like if women could kick our asses and literally murder us outside of a bar, then I think we would be a lot more cautious about how we interact with them. You know what I mean? Like I get that. I get that fact. So in a lot of ways I kind of participate in this. Like, I'm just not going to approach anybody in a bar. Like, I don't want to make anybody.
It's not worth it.
Yeah, and I don't want to make anybody feel like that either. You know what I mean? Like be real. I'm not that guy. Like, I'm not trying to make anybody feel afraid to be at a bar. Like that's shitty too. Like that's crummy. I wouldn't want to be that person. So it's like,
but it's just part of the deal.
It is part.
Like, I mean, the whole toxic masculinity thing is such apocalyptic bullshit. I can't even like. We're gonna go down another like Chinese Huawei level like political rant if we start going down this.
We're not going to go down this.
We're not going to go down this path. But it's almost it's not worth it. And there's other easier outlets. Of course, we're naturally going to be gravitating towards those.
Yeah, and I guess that and that's the whole thing. Is it's like the path of least resistance. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, in a lot of ways, the path of no resistance.
Yeah.
There is no resistance to sending a message, clicking send, or swiping sideways or whatever the hell.
You pull up Tinder while you're at a bar and just start swiping.
Start cranking through them, right?
Nearby, right? So you just swipe, and if they're on Tinder, they'll see.
It's
you.
like playing solitaire.
And
it's like whipping your phone
Tinder.
out and playing solitaire. You have no risk involved in that.
Yeah.
At all. So yeah, of course, with hormonal, like, I don't want to say desperate, but just like hormonal thirsty people. I don't even want to say men or women. It's not exclusive to just men, obviously. That is so much easier. But the ramification of that is that no one's dating anymore. Yep. No one's putting up with your flaws or your crap. Everyone's hypercritical, hyper cynical. And we're going to end up like Japan, where we're just a bunch of single people jerking off to VR.
Well, and I think for a lot of people, too,
I mean, that's the next step, right?
And I think for a lot of people, too, like Tinder especially, or even online dating in general, is a lot more of an invitation to hook up than it is an invitation to like get to know each other better, right?
Yeah.
So, like if you swipe right on the guy at a bar and he swipes right at you and you're both at the same bar, I mean, you're basically like, don't take this the wrong way as like some kind of like consent moment, right? But you're basically saying like, hey, like we should fool around, And so that really limits your ability to get to know somebody. If it's like, let's do a couple more shots and go sit in my car for a little.
It goes back to the fear of missing out thing that we didn't have, or that we had as kids. So like me and Chad at the mall, if we said something that like drove a girl away, it would like ruin our day.
Yeah.
Right. And if we said what we were hoping for, they would run away. But that's why you go to the soda fountain and go to the movie, is to build a relationship, to slowly work towards that. Now all you got to do is say, hey man, you want to smash? If she says no, all right, go to the next chick. Hey, you want to smash? Eventually someone's going to say yes.
Yeah, that's true.
So why not just cut to the chase? Because that's what you want. That's why we, go and grab a burger, or
I mean, that's minimizing it. I mean, that's not all people want. You don't only want your wife so you guys can smash. You know what I mean? Like, ultimately, we want more than that out of our relationships. It's just.
But those relationships are built parallel to that.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
yeah.
I mean, the only reason why I went up to talk to her is because I thought she was attractive.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, if you're not doing that if you're being in the friend zone permanently.
Yeah.
Like you need to fulfill that side.
No, absolutely. And you need to, I mean, you definitely have to set those boundaries.
I mean, that's what relationships
early, right?
are.
You have to, yeah, they are. But,
that's why no one has relationships anymore.
Yeah, and I'm not disagreeing. What I'm saying is it does start often with the smash, but, all I'm taking umbrage with is this idea that all we want is the smash, right? I think we want a lot more than that. It's just,
well, we need a lot more than that, and we're bypassing it because the smash is too easy to get.
Yeah.
We're not being forced into cultivating a relationship, even though that relationship is initially built on wanting to hook up with this person.
Yeah, like primal.
Yeah, there's a physical
desire,
attraction.
yeah.
You want to mate with this person. So what do I have to do to mate with this person? Take her out to dinner a whole bunch of times and hope that eventually by the X number of dates, she'll be down to sleep with me. And then all of a sudden we have a connection and we're in love and we get married and blah.
Or hopefully through having these dinners, we realize I enjoy spending a lot of time with this person.
Well, that's what I'm talking about.
And
yes,
and then
that's exactly.
I'll put in the time it takes to make sure this physical part happens, all while making sure my intentions are known that I'm aiming for this physical. Part. Yeah.
And it's obviously implied, but that's what I'm talking about is like those dinners, those movies, all of the stuff that your initial motivation is to hook up with them. That's the definition of a relationship. You grow to like somebody and fall in love and all that kind of crap. But it's definitely being affected by the fact that it is very easy and way too tempting to just bypass all of that, and we're moving down a road where Tinder is going to be too much effort. Those dating apps are going to be too much effort. We're going to strap in our 4K VR machines.
I can dream.
And just sit there with the fleshlight and whatever freaking gadget we have. And it's like, why do you need any of that? And I think that's a large part of what Japan is probably
I pray
going
for
through
it every day.
where you don't have to, I don't have to deal with any crap. I don't have to keep swiping right and hope that someone or hope that someone bumbles me or whatever the hell whatever that shit is. I don't have to buy dinners. I don't have to listen to people's boring stories about their families. I just sit in my chair in my little weird, studio dungeon and
That's a dream.
Just
Dream come true.
just go to town on yourself.
It's so good.
Happy
Bill,
Valentine's Day, everybody.
Bill, is technology, to wrap it up, all right?
Oh, my God.
With these advances of technology allowing us to push vibrators across the globe or Tinder dates ruining relationships, is technology helping or hindering romance?
I think it's hindering it. Without doubt, I think it's hindering it.
Even with vibrators you can use across.
Yeah,
the
I mean
thing.
that's nice.
See,
but I mean that's a two-way street too. So if one party is only one person's into it, then it's.
You know what's gonna happen? She's just gonna throw it on the bed, and you're gonna be pushing the button. She's like, "Oh yeah, that's great. Like,
Yeah.
oh, it feels so nice.
Yeah, awesome.
I'm done. I'm gonna fall asleep.
Yeah, I left it in the car.
Yeah. All right.
What do you think? I mean, you utilize it in a much different way than I do.
I mean, I think just like anything, technology shifts paradigms, right? I think relationships are going to be different, and I think that we're going to have to learn to sustain through what relationships are going to become, right? I think you're going to see far less marriage and far more people just having children out of wedlock, and and I think we're going to learn to find a way to, adapt through this. I just think we're in a very awkward period right now where we don't know how to control ourselves. You know what I mean? There's so much availability that we feel like we're invincible, and we feel like that, like it's never going to stop. Like we're on this drug right now of swiping.
Yeah.
And we're so high on it that we just feel like there's always going to be someone to swipe. Right?
Here's a question. How many Tinder is like the popular one. I mean, that's kind of like the main one, right? How many people have you met from there?
From Tinder?
Yeah.
Only a couple. I don't really Tinder date.
Okay. Well, then I'll open it up just in general.
Online dating?
Yeah. How many people were significantly different looking than their pictures?
Oh, not that many. I mean,
how many were
fatter?
Noticeably more flattering in their pictures.
Everybody is. But I am too. You know what I mean?
Well, sure. I mean, I would imagine that you
pick photos you like.
You'd pick, the best, the cream of the crop. But do you notice, like, when you, like tonight, the girl you're meeting tonight, like, do you have an expectation where you're expecting her to not look as good as she does in her pictures?
No, I'll be honest, because I've done this for a while. I'm no spring chicken. I approach this rodeo as a fresh ride, right? I'm trying to get a new 7 seconds in, or 8 seconds. I'm trying to use rodeo analogies. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But I pretty much am starting from scratch, right? Like I try not to predicate my expectations on photos I've seen, right? Because I've been down that road, and like you've approached these with like, this is what I expect to see, right? And then you see this person, and sometimes they're great. Sometimes you meet somebody like, wow, like she's really cute. Like I'm really into this. Sometimes they're not. Honestly, I just prefer to go in with the mindset of I'm going to meet somebody and I'm going to enjoy myself, right? Like that's my whole mindset is I'm going to go in, I'm going to have some drinks, I'm going to have a good time. And if I am or if I'm not physically, you know what I mean? Like I don't want to go in where I consider it a waste of time if I'm not.
Right.
Like,
you're going to use it as an opportunity to meet somebody, learn something about someone else's experiences in life.
Someone else's experiences, online dating and life, and just enjoy it. And if I don't want to come into this thing being like, she's not what I thought she'd look like, right? You know what I mean? I think. Well,
I meant more of just as a trend.
I get it.
Like
yeah.
Whether or not you are biased for that or it's a deal breaker, but just I'm curious, like how much of misrepresentation you've found throughout that, because that's I would imagine, given how people are in other facets of their life, gotta be rampant.
I would say 90% of people don't like their photos, but it's not as bad as you think.
Okay.
Right? Like, everyone looks better in their photos, but it's not, a fat person's fat, right? You know what I mean? Like, it's never like, oh, like, oh my God. I guess it can get there, but it's very, when they're hiding something. You know what I mean? When the pictures aren't right? Right?
Yeah.
When they got the filters and the angles and, at this point, everyone can kind of recognize the tricks, everything's in black and white.
Yeah.
Yeah. With like Gaussian blurs and
Snapchat filters.
Snapchat filters. But, usually you kind of have a good idea.
That little mouse one's cute, though.
Yeah.
I can see that one, little cutie mouse nose.
You always judge a girl by her worst photo.
You should, I would imagine.
Always.
Yeah.
Because that's the most regular photo.
Yeah.
But, okay, let's wrap this bad boy up. If you guys want to find us, techyeahpodcast@gmail.com, techyeahpodcast on Facebook and Twitter. I just threw up a little video. It's me. I look amazingly handsome. So check it out.
All the single ladies listening right now.
If you don't have a Valentine,
send Tony a message on Bumble.
Yeah, if you don't have a Valentine, you still won't on Valentine's Day. Suck it up.
Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Yeah, we love you all.
Yeah, regardless of if you have a Valentine or not, just know we love you. And I hope you guys love us back.
You're listening to the end of this podcast. You have no idea how much we love you.
Yeah, we love you so much. And if you send us an email,
we read any and all emails.
Yeah, tell us how you love us. And we'll tell you how we love you too. All right, with that, we're out of here. Thank you guys.
Peace out. Tech yeah.
Tech yeah.